Some deep breaths coming in. That's the sign of competitors. The fist bump is out. We're back, and we're in person as we head into Game 1 of Hexfactor versus Chrono.
Yep.
April versus Nigel Thornberry.
We're here on Jellyfish Fields. Hexfactor going to see what kind of story he can make out of this right now against, actually, I guess 2 reporters are kind of facing off right now.
Different kinds, but they're familiar with the craft.
Yeah, one reports on animals, one of them reports on teenage animals.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, so far, I mean, it looks like Hexfactor is doing a pretty good job here, man. Just playing the boom mic. We see air dodge come out, and there's that up special, really tough kind of to get down with. It's just like not the best recovery move.
Hexfactor taken away right now, but honestly, it looks like Chrono knows what he's doing. Like, he hasn't landed that many hits, but his movement right now is on point. It just seems like Hexfactor has a little bit more of that defense kind of on block.
Oh, there we go. Tries to get something started, and it really feels like, I mean, you said it yourself, like, the defense is on point right now from Hexfactor. Chrono just hasn't been able to find many openings. He's throwing out these hitboxes, and they're just not connecting. This
is wild for, like, a pool's, like, round one match. Yeah, like, this looks like a winner makes it out kind of scenario.
Oh, man.
There's killers out there in this game. Like, with rollback netcode, people grinding at home, like, it's rough out there.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing about a game like this is that, like, if you give people the tools to practice efficiently, they will take the extra mile. You see Chrono trying to answer back now. Might be a little too late, though. Already 88% on the final stock. We'll see what Chrono can do, but Hexfactor looks like they have this all but wrapped up.
Now, look right now how Hexfactor has the yellow stars on the microphone. That means it has 2 charges, if I'm not mistaken. If they use any of, like, the lighting moves, like the camera stuff, you'll hear the ratings, clicks, and numbers. Once you get up to the purple stars, that gives you an even stronger boost move there. That can kill it. Wild percents, that would kill even lower than that, but who cares? We got the 3 stock on deck.
You can drop the boom mic right on top of him. That's going to be a clean body bag for game 1. It looked like, you know, Nigel was moving, he was grooving, but he wasn't landing any hitboxes really. So, like, how much is that movement going to help you if you're unable to create openings with it? And it's tough, right? Like, I've seen even earlier today, we had a few different Aprils come on. And the boom mic is always going to be one of those moves that's, depending on the character going up against it, if they have disjoints, like let's say like Leonardo, then it ends up being like an option you have to use a lot more because like, how am I going to contest? But someone like Nigel who's like throwing his face at you, it's like, well, now I can just use it to space you out. And you can see that being a really big problem here.
That whole face is a hurt box. People are saying Rob is big. I'll tell you, Nigel's huge. Like that. Like
that nose going off. Like.
He's got some range with like his kind of forward strongs or scorpion stings and stuff like that, but otherwise, when he's not reaching out his limbs, he's actually a very big body, which is kind of like one of his downfalls right now. And like April has that kind of Zero Suit-esque range to kind of just poke in there using the boom mics that are disjointed and stuff like that, and ways that can out-framed out of him, can outreach him. So this matchup is kind of tough for Nigel.
Hey, we're even taking a look right now. Like, I don't know what Chrono's going to be able to do here. Already starting off very far behind, getting tossed on these platforms, not being able to make much. There we go. A little bit of a chance to get some kind of punish and only gets 2 hits and nothing else. That's not what you need right now.
Coming back, though. Doesn't shield it. If you shield it, you can get a clean punish on that, but it's sometimes a bit of a tough mix-up. Can also go behind you, which is going to open up like different kind of block strings and such.
Oh, and I'm wondering here, I mean, got a lot more space on a stage like this, right? Able to use this platform to mix up your movement, going behind there, and just gets swatted off the stage with the greatest of ease.
I love how Chronos was like using the platform there on this stage like to his advantage to like make sure that like the movement there is crisp, but Hexfactor stayed calm, stayed collected, got the strong hit as soon as there's the opening.
And this is where I'm wondering, how is Chrono going to get these KOs, right? Because, all right, cool, you're not getting 3 stocks potentially here, but I want to see how you're able to convert into the first KO, because look at Hexfactor just keeping up this advantage.
Ooh, okay.
Clap them heels together, baby.
Clean down there. Now we're going to get some ratings here. We're not seeing his like Hexfactor go for that much, though. We're kind of just relying on just like those funnies right now, getting through to get the win that way. No real kind of like April cheatness, but yeah, sure, cut me off and just do the double down there. That's legit too.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes it can really be that quick, right? It's one of the reasons I love commentating this game is that like it can be long and drawn out. It can be the Buzz versus Dimension at SmashCon, or it can just be like a handshake, like you sit down and you stand up. You know.
That was a set, the Buzz versus Dimension. Oh my god.
That was great.
This is like the complete opposite. And if I'm not mistaken, neither of those players were like one of the top 4 seeds. So we already got upsets out here.
Okay, just like that. Man, we're making our way down into this bracket. And this is what we were talking about even like when we first opened up this stream. Like there is killers out there, and especially people that like, you know, everyone loves the storylines of like, oh, this person's a PM player, this one is a Rivals player, Brawlhalla player, whatever. And then it's like, how about the people that are a nothing player and then they decide to play this? You know, those are the people that like really wow me.
I love the Slap City player specifically because made by the same developer. So there's a lot of things taken from both games, like where a lot of people went towards Rivals or Brawlhalla. There was also a game by Ludosity called Slap City. Very, very fun game. Had some Smash Con appearances and such. This is like the spiritual sequel to that. It gets like a new kind of show in the light that those players there, like, I know like Fumblin was like one of the big ones that was like really great at that game. Moving on to this title now, absolutely blowing up, and they show that that knowledge carries over.
And I'm excited to see like more of that, right? Like it's like, please show me everything you've been labbing, show me all over the years, everything that you've learned. Just display it all for me so that I can steal it. You know, and I don't care about the game. I just want to steal it for my own gameplay. You know, that's the heart of the competitor.